You know, the thing about working alone and being by yourself a lot is that there's plenty of time for self-deprecation as well as self-reflection. And I tend to go through a lot of negative time periods and then slowly, very slowly, come to points of realization, which I wish I could hold on to, but yet they come slow and they tend to disappear quickly. But I've kind of come upon an analogy, something that stumbled upon my feed within the YouTubes, and that's the old story of the fox and the hound. And I think that story has a lot of just good meaning for us in today's day and age, where I can tend to hate people who are different from me and come from different areas and different religions and different skin colors and different ethnic backgrounds. It's just different in all kinds of ways. And we're told that we should hate each other like the fox and the hound. But when we're young, all we know is companionship, being together as human to animal, human to human. As long as we show love to one another and acceptance, that's all that matters. But then, after some time, we begin to hate one another and blame each other for things of the world that we probably don't have any control over. Just the thought of something I've been thinking about and my own negativity towards people of an Islamic religion, perhaps people from another country. And you know, the list really goes on and on for me. It's a story as old as time and as long as infinite, it seems. And the truth of the matter is, I am the purveyor of my own reality. I decide on what is really true and what I believe in this world. And I suppose I can either believe that there's hatred and indifference and that it's a dog-eat-dog world and you better get yours while you can before someone else steals it. Or I suppose I could live in a way that I try to take care of my fellow human beings, realize that we're all equals, and just because I so happen to be born here in the States doesn't make me better than anyone else. And as long as I guess we try to live in a good moral code, then we're all deserving of a decent life. Sadly, for a lot of us, it doesn't really come easy. And it's a struggle and a battle that a lot of us will have to go through and probably unlearn the hatred and indignation of people from other parts of the world and the doctrines of superiority over another person. So I guess maybe that is my current life mission, is to make videos of crashing out, and then another video of realizing how full of shit I really am. And the negativity gets hard, especially when I go through time periods here with big winter storms and it's cold, there's no sun, it's just gloomy all the time. And that really weighs on me. It's not easy. But I think that this is my journey and this is my struggle, and I have to get through it, deal with it, and come out the other side stronger, and hopefully with some good lessons learned along the way. But you know, I'm a real stubborn bastard, that's for sure. And I fight. I fight against society and what it tries to tell me to do, I suppose, and a certain pathway and certain belief systems. And at times I will follow a false doctrine myself and just have thoughts that don't serve me and don't serve anyone else. I'm very infallible that way. Oh, some might call it strong-willed, and others perhaps arrogant, perhaps. And unwilling to see the chains that they've shackled around themselves. I suppose that one question I always have is how I ended up in this predicament of life. I'm really just questioning all the time how people do it. Just how does the single parent put all of the Rubik's cubes in order to make a structurally sound life? Because without some kind of like governmental assistance, it seems like it's just impossible. I don't know how people are surviving. Especially I know some single moms, unless maybe they're getting money from the government and money from their exes, but they've got like single family homes, they're working part-time, and I think it's good for them, you know. I wouldn't want anyone to have to be homeless living in a car. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, that's for sure. Especially in the winter, in the snow, it's like pretty miserable. And it's especially just difficult in times in the winter when you're trying to car camp and your car's getting buried in snow and you have to be in different areas, just so when you wake up you're not like stuck in a big snow berm. And I think your body realizes that you're in a different location than what you're used to, and so I keep waking up like I'm driving my car or I'm sliding or some kind of like car accident, and you wake up in that cold sweat. And that can happen to me multiple times a night, and it just disrupts your sleep so much. And I think that's one of the main things that I'm just struggling with. It's rough. And then it just brings down my whole attitude for the next day, and yeah, it's hard. So if basically you are homeless and you have children Man, that is probably just like the death sentence, like the last nail in the coffin for you and your children. And it's crazy that we send so much money to so many different areas of our society, except for the people who like absolutely need it the most. I'm sure that the people who are running our homeless nonprofit organizations for the government are making six figures easy. They're living the high life. And I see veterans living in tiny homes, like going to the bathroom in a bucket. And they're still working like a janitorial job or some kind of work full time. But yet they're still living this life. And you know what? They're in a city too. Like, I might be in a car, but don't mourn for me, because look at this background at least I get to have. And no matter how much it snows and people are like kind of assholes, just the fact that I get to walk around in the woods in this kind of environment is such a blessing. And I just got to keep remembering that, like, I have my health, strength, good cardio, fitness. I'm able to eat healthy, inexpensively, relatively inexpensively. And, you know, even like a king back in the day would probably be envious of my life. You know, granted my living space is small, but my mobility and the entertainment that I have just from my phone is really incredible. And so I hope that those of you out there also struggling, going through a hard time in life, as hard as it gets, we need to just band together and like spreading words of encouragement, and that it's not all bad. And if we stay true to ourselves and work hard and strive for something, no matter what it is, it's bound to get better. Even if it's just a complete lie. Maybe it's not going to get better. But then you just give up hope, and there's only one direction from there. And even if life gets super hard, I kind of know what I have to do. Instead of sitting in my car, spending time on social media or YouTube or whatever, anytime not driving, I need to be out here walking, running, just outside moving in general, at the gym, lifting weights, or working on flexibility, going to yoga. I have all of these tools at my disposal to make life actually really great and maximize this level of freedom that I have during the day. And instead of sitting in my car stressing about that next ride and hoping I get something, I need to be out here focusing on my own well-being, mental health, physical health, or in the gym doing the same thing. And these last few weeks, I've just been sitting in the car. And it just wears at my soul, my mind, and makes me just feel terrible, because I'm not doing anything productive. And I'm a very productive focus. I have to feel like I'm being productive in some kind all the time, which is good. But then also, I definitely do more than I should at times, and I start burning myself out. But just coming out here and making a video and walking is so much healthier than just sitting somewhere in a chair or in my car or anywhere. Even if I had a home, sitting on the couch watching TV, that still wouldn't be as productive as just coming out here and blabbing to the camera and talking to all of you out there, and hopefully sharing like my ups and downs and the negatives and the positives. Because at this point, I don't really care if I make a video and it's just really negative, I suppose. I need to just put it all out there and just show that social media doesn't have to be just happy-go-lucky all the time and everything's just fantastic, because life has its ups and downs, and it's not all roses and vacations. And I look at social media and I listen to people talk about all their trips and vacations, and I just think, wow, that must be such a great life. But then again, they're outwardly portraying in real life about everything so great. And we rarely open up to our friends and family about the pain and suffering that we're going through, because there's a stigma that if we do that, then we're going to be shunned by our family and friends, instead of opening up and being open to others and showing vulnerability. Especially as guys, like, I don't really want to show the vulnerability, but I think for growth I have to. And so I'm not going to do that sitting in a car or sitting in front of a TV or being comfortable in a house. I need to adopt this traveling lifestyle, or one of no earthly possessions really, and letting go of the earth and focusing on my own inner spiritual journey. Hopefully one of good morality for God. And I can't do that by hating other people and talking badly and just regurgitating the same old story of they're taking our jobs, you know. People are, but we have to adapt and we have to move on, and we can't live in hate and anger and depression, because that doesn't fix it. Only our self-resilience, striving forward, and perseverance, and changing direction at times. And if everyone's going left, sometimes we gotta go right. Or if everyone's coming up from the south, maybe we gotta move a little bit further north and just change our focus and find a new pathway. One that is probably gonna end up for the better. The water here is really incredible. It's got like this nice green tinge, as you can see. It's very peaceful. I wanted to go up to some trails, but none of the roads going to them are even remotely plowed. They're all closed. But this next few days, I think I'll have to bust out the snowshoes again and get in some longer snowshoe hikes. I gotta keep some cardio going. If only for the noggin up here. Alright, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I was also talking to the camera earlier over there, and this lady with her dog thought I was probably schizophrenic and out of my mind, because I don't think she saw the camera. She just saw me come around the corner and by myself, just talking to the air. I mean, I'm talking to all of you, but not right now. Not at this moment. If you didn't realize. All right, bye. You know, and lastly, I've been thinking a lot about the videos I was making and just that sense of adventure that I had the last few months this winter, going out and really just going against the elements every day, doing something challenging, making a video about it. And I just felt like I've lost that person. But I can't give up hope, because I know that that resiliency and that person who strives for adventure and tackling whatever comes truthfully and with a good spirit is still within me. I've lost focus and I've lost my way. I just let negativity creep into my life and stress overtake me. And I just need to get back to living a free life and taking opportunities as they come, instead of just trying to force it and stressing out about where I'm gonna sleep, how I'm gonna live, lost animals. Just take it day by day and struggle by struggle, and realize that tomorrow will be a brand new day and new opportunities. Or maybe it'll just be more of the same. But I think it's just all about perspective and how I'm going to approach it, at least. And if I make videos, making them earlier in the day, because at night is really when it gets hard. That's when my resiliency goes bye-bye.